Welcome back to another match of the Hearthstone Tournament. We're in full swing, and this is the first round in the American Conference, and we're getting to see one of the huge favorites of this tournament today. It's AgentPWE, top 200 legend on his server, one of the elite players in the world, going off against elcapitaN. It's going to be a fantastic match. Before we get into it, let me quickly remind you to drop a like on this video. It's very, very important for us, and especially these great competitors deserve it because they put so much work into it. It's a lot of content that's completely free for you, so please drop a like. If you want to make sure you don't miss any more of this, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to go the extra mile, you can join our Discord server. Link to that is in the description. Let's see what these two competitors are going to be working with today.
Well, AgentPWE is bringing his Quest Warlock. It may or may not be mislabeled in the document. That's his Tempo Demon Hunter and his Highlander Galvatron Rogue, with his Bomb Warrior being banned. elcapitaN is bringing Highlander Hunter, Galvatron Secret Rogue, Tempo Demon Hunter, and his Egg Warrior is banned.
So we're seeing double warrior bans, and we're seeing elcapitaN on the bottom of your screen going with the Rogue right away, whereas the Demon Hunter picked up for AgentPWE. So this is going to be a very important first game because it can set the tone of how the match goes. I feel like AgentPWE wants to be the aggressor in this match.
Yeah, I think
he wants to start hitting early and often.
I think in theory, at least, you would think that the Rogue is favored here in the matchup. I would think. I don't know the stats, but I would think that might be the case.
It's going to be very, very tough. I think this Demon Hunter is a deck that, if it's played right, and we've seen some exhibitions of that, like let me remind you of how Smiley Doggy played it in his 3-0 win over Siege Tank in the first round. If played right, it can do a lot of damage even over the longer run, but we'll see how this goes here. He does have his 1-drop, not the optimal one.
Yeah, here's already a bit of a decision, right? You can hero power and keep your cards. You can twin slice somewhat wastefully, but get 1 extra point of damage in, or you could have played the Beaming Sidekick without the effect. Oof.
And Hanar, that's a very important pickup there. He has the cat that he's going to play. On one is elcapitaN picks up a 3-drop, also very good.
And the thing about Hanar that people might underestimate a little bit is just how well it protects itself, right? You play your secret, you pick up like a Noble Sacrifice, a Freezing Trap, something. It's gonna be really hard to kill it. And if it sticks around for more than one turn, you're gonna go really nuts.
Yes, there comes the Twin Slice now from AgentPWE, using it to massacre a feline. Only 8 more times.
And still keeps the sidekick.
Yes.
I'm just gonna point out, in my opinion, that goes a little bit against the archetype name, of course, because it's not necessarily very tempo play.
I feel like it's just not really a minion that you want to drop, and if you can get that on later, like a Battle Fiend, or that sort of a minion, it might still contribute more to what you're actually trying to do. Now, there's no secret on hand, or there is, but you can't play it right away. So Hanar, not coming down, decides to actually pick up the coin here and play his Reborn Kobold.
Yeah, take Candle.
No, take Candle. But he could get frozen here in Tempo play, and that's what Agent is about to do. He has both Shadow Weavers, which are, by the way, a very important tech card in this deck. A lot of people play it. I play it myself.
I was about to say, I'm not sure if at this point it counts as a tech card. It's in almost every list that I've seen.
Yeah, people like it over Priestess at this point because it seems like a little less clunky sometimes. A lot of times whenever Tempo Demon Hunter had problems and earlier on, it's because they tried to cram too many of the value, like higher cost 5+ mana value cards into the deck because they are so good, like the Priestess of Fury. And they've kind of reduced it a little bit. Now it's a more flexible option.
Yeah, and you also see the Satyr Overseer on the hand of AgentPWE. He pulled that last turn. He is now able to play that with his hero power next turn potentially, and already.
Or even Twin Slice to kill the Kobold, but he definitely has an opportunity to get some board going there, which will be a very, very important move for him. And I'm assuming that's what we're going to be seeing here. Wouldn't be too surprised.
Yeah, the thing about hitting in, of course, is that even the Reborn Kobold can still kill the Shadow Weaver. So it's not as impactful, but it still is going to do a lot more than if it stays alive after it hits into the Shadow Weaver, I would think.
He could also use a sidekick here instead now, if he wants to actually kill both iterations of the Kobold. He just wouldn't get the Satyr right at the same turn.
Or you just do that.
Freezes again makes the tempo play. I actually like it.
Yeah, now he has a very overwhelming board already.
Something that Rogue is not great at is AoE removals, so getting ahead on the board in a big way is quite important. This is definitely not the evolve you want to make if you're elcapitaN, I think. Though he picks up a very good...
ended up going not too bad. You can turn into the 4-5. I think you would want to at this point. He's been on the board. He has to catch up a little bit. And the question is, after that, what do you do? Because you could Shadow Step, play the Lackey again on nothing, and play Big Edwin. I think he was hoping to not get that Rusher there and just...
So he could have evolved again, yeah.
He could have rushed into the beaming side. It's not as impactful, but you would have gotten the second evolve.
I think he'll take the rush. And there's the edit Edwin there, so that's a very, very important turn for elcapitaN. You see him pick up the Umbra Wing there, which is a very, very important card, because now he can tempo it out with Satyr. He has his proc for Glavebond Adapt still equipped starting next turn then. And that's going to be very, very important. And he decides to go with the wide build here, which is the correct approach against his rogue, because he has a tough time dealing with this.
And the Glavebond will potentially be able to take out the Edwin, of course, because one of the 4-tech minions is going to probably die to him, so... Overseer I expected, honestly.
Yeah, he'll attack the Overseer himself.
Because that's the highest value thing you got. So...
And now you think for a second, do you want to... I suppose you want to take out the Edwin with the Adapt, if you play the Adapt.
I mean, I would think you play the Adapt, and you probably take out...
Play a Twin Slice then, and you can kill it with the Satyr.
Yeah. Take out the Edwin, take out the shield, and then you still have a very strong board. Yes. You got a 6-4, you got a 1-2, you got a 4-3, you got a 1.
Fresh is still on, using stuff well. He has Vulpera on hand, unfortunately, but it might actually be a
also, he has a visible lethal right now.
Yes.
With the hero power.
Faces, of course, does help against that quite strongly. Faces, I'm expecting clear up 2 big threats.
I mean, yeah, that's a huge... I mean, the difference between taking 13 damage and taking 3 damage is very significant when you're at 13 health. But also in general.
Takes a Wasteland there. Might be helpful in the future, but that face is, of course, quite important. Expecting Vulpera here, so everybody close your eyes.
Yeah, I think Vulpera is very sensitive.
The Glavebond, actually. Now why not?
Strike Glavebond?
Yeah, now why not just push, right?
Yeah, I think you...
That makes sense. I think you just want to deal that extra 7.
Go for the Gusto, yeah.
Why not?
Now he's at 5, right? That's not where you want to be ever.
You don't necessarily want to gamble around with Hanar here and hoping to pick up something like Ice Barrier.
I mean, you can't get Ice... Oh wait, I'm seeing Ice Block. Yeah, never mind, you can get Ice Barrier, yeah.
Decides to go
seems
for
like a worse gamble.
Life, and he picks up the Shoe Mob. That's not what you want. But AgentPWE with a clean 1-0 lead picks up the win with the Demon Hunter there. And moves into a 1-0 lead against elcapitaN. Another question for elcapitaN is, do you want to go back to the Rogue right away? You probably have seen the most aggressive deck, so if you find something that lets you develop a little more, like he could potentially bring his Warlock, or he could try to play the Rogue himself, you might have a little bit more of a chance to get your game plan running, but in this case you just kind of got run over.
I mean, also with the Rogues you would think that the Highlander deck is generally less reliable. So I would think that you can consistently, not necessarily consistently, but you can more consistently beat it than you would lose against it. So you're definitely advantaged there. Decides to go with the Highlander Hunter versus the West Warlock.
Ingenuity is a decent keep. He decides to go just with the Fey Wing. Have that dragon on hand. It's definitely an understandable choice. And AgentPWE at the top of your screen with the Warlock, and we might be frozen.
I don't think so. I think it's gonna fix itself after the mulligan is completely over, but if not, yeah, see, there we go. That's happened sometimes because Spectation Hearthstone is just completely broken.
Yeah, Blizzard, come on.
Blizzard, it would be really helpful for us if you fixed this.
Fix it, man. Multi-dollar company. Expecting to see Quest here.
I mean, yeah, Quest and questing is a
he has a pretty good curve there. He goes Explorer, he goes Sense Demons.
I believe I did point it out when they first revealed Questing Explorer. It goes really well with this quest.
Yeah, that's the point.
Well, it goes decently well with a lot of quests, but this is the one that's basically built for, right?
It's a circle jerk of enabling.
Yep.
And there we go. So I suppose Sense Demons will be next here. Desert Spear picked up. I'm expecting him to play a pig, or actually Blowtorch. I guess it makes sense. Blowtorch could be good in this one.
But now here's the question, right? why not just use all your mana and tap? You might as well anyways. This might not have been the best turn for the Blowtorch, but I like it as an inclusion in a Highlander deck. And it is very good against a very popular class in this tournament, which is Demon Hunter.
Yes.
Because it doesn't increase it by 1, it sets it to 3.
He does have the Zigzor hand, which is very, very strong, and he plays the Feywing, which he actually kept, which was an interesting decision for him to do. But it's one of the tougher minions to deal with.
Yeah, and I mean, you're not expecting to necessarily get the greatest curve in the world, but you're happy to have a strong play on. So I can definitely see it.
So he's gonna keep drawing his agent.
And there's some healing.
Root Mother, he's got it like that, and he's gonna actually ditch the coin and
play the plot twist.
Play plot twist, yeah.
To advance his quest by quite a bit.
Makes sense. You don't love what you have there, so you just go with
it. And also allows you to potentially heal again in the future off of the Brute Mothers, and the quest is just taking up.
It's getting there.
15.
Strong.
Alright, we're still seeing the wrong animation, but it's just at 15. That means next turn on the start turn is
expecting some damage to be pushed here. He's gonna just go Pig and Hero Power and just smack him.
Pig indeed.
Always up.
And this would be the perfect time to draw another Brute. Or just play the.
That's fine. You might want to play your Dragon or move. He actually taps for the Nether Breath is good.
Yeah, but Droxfest just does it. If the Feywing wasn't so evasive, it would have also been very good to just play Craze Netherwing and. Actually, he didn't.
Well, he couldn't do it in one turn, but Nether Breath would have been a way to do that. Why not go Zigzor here? You might also want to.
Yeah, because you don't have the rush. You can. You can track or sharpshooter. You can hero power the face. You can hit with the weapon.
I think you're somewhat in range now. He's at 14 health. Why not put him to 11 this turn? Let's see what he decides to go with.
I think I like it. Sharpshooter hero power. Very straightforward. Now I personally would have hit the button first, because then you don't have to aim, but
But when you aim, it's better, man. It feels better, because you get to specifically go to the face.
Another one is a bit unfortunate here, because it takes 2 damage off the board, but it also makes you take 3.
And using Breath here feels overkill, but then again, life is your most important resource.
You can go Mork and Breath, or you can just play Big Taunt.
That's fine.
Mork and Breath would have had the
Rottenness picked up. That is a big draw.
Varanus
works too.
Varanus makes it smoother because Rottenness is a 50-50 in this case. Yeah. Why not Weapon?
I want to keep it. I would have probably used this Desert Spear there for 1.
Yeah.
And Bran picked up. That is very strong.
Now there is an argument to make it for Corrosive Breath, because it circumvents taunts and all that stuff. But you don't have a guaranteed lethal next turn, and with Bran, you pretty much do. So
it's survival mode for AgentPWE. He has to find some health here, because he will.
Again, I think he. Wait, did he have a Mork before the plot twist? Yeah, that was before. Because Mork and Nether Breath is really good because he heal 8. And that is not exactly it. I mean, yes, you got to 11.
It does get you through another turn.
But you can just play Bran here, or Rottenness. It's a more conservative play, but it's not necessarily bad.
To get an extra hero power. Next turn you win with Bran. Why not?
Yeah. You can hit the weapon in for your extra 1/1 Locust, or not.
Quest is dead. Maybe a bit late.
I feel like that's always the case though with Quest Warlock. The quest gets done a little too late. We saw that with the Kari sacrifice. We're seeing it now.
He has to go now. He does pick up the Spell Labor. Yes.
With Mork Artificer, yes. That means he can actually clear the board and go back to 17 health with the Dragon Spark.
That's an important one.
17 is a lot of health.
For Warlock. Turn 8, yeah. It's true.
Also, just against the Highlander, you don't necessarily want to be in King Flush range. Decides to go with exactly that. It's just too good not to.
Makes a lot of sense. And you probably just stick with it and now tap every turn. It could be, you could try to make another value play, but you might as well just unleash the crush.
Scalerador Zigzor makes sense, but
Siamat I like too, because it just saw single target removal.
Yeah, but you know, I feel like this is also the point in the game where you might want to get the Zigzor out just so.
Is Sarah the pick here?
That's a good question. I don't hate Onyxia necessarily.
Like a cheapo nightmare out there, maybe.
The thing is, right, Ysera is really good because it gives you... Oh, you could also just use Zigzor and the weapon to kill it. Or you do use this together. I don't know. I wouldn't have played all three of them. Any two there of the ones you played I would have liked, but then I would have probably wanted to get Hero Power in.
Hero Power again.
But yeah, Ysera is pretty good for value. Onyxia is more impactful immediately. So those are both definitely worth considering. And we get... What is that? I didn't see that. Oh! So you can clear the board.
That's a pretty good draw there, yeah, for free. You like to see that, and he doesn't use it.
Because he had a better board here. Zigzor Brime is in the deck. And you could potentially draw it.
He could draw it, he could... this might have been the time to put Ysera down also, because of course you would like to live.
Yeah, we could have also played...
Siamat is
you could have played Bran and Griffin if you wanted to as well. Now, Griffin doesn't clear it, of course, but you could have then used the Locust and Griffin to deal with a dude.
Just relentless push, just he has to keep shoving, that's all he has. Broodmother's a big draw.
Yeah, so I would have said probably at this point, hit the weapon in the face, play the Griffin, put the two rushes into the 5/5, and then King Crush into the face.
And all of a sudden he flips the script on him, goes Alex Strauss at the opponent's face, and puts all sorts of attack on the board. I don't hate it at all. He has 3 cards on hand, and now the King Crush will run into a dragon.
Or... Yeah, he's trying to figure out which one he wants to use to draw Zigzor. And he goes with the buffed one.
Does pick up the Zigzor. Which is huge.
And now you're using 3 Zigzors to clear the board, and you have 2 Zigzors left.
You can't afford to hit your face into Alex there, probably.
No.
But those 2 Zigzors are massive, and Twisting Nether could be forced, though Zephyrus is active here.
Yeah, but what Zephyrus gonna do, right? It's probably just gonna give you another Twisting Nether. Yeah.
Dark Eyes works.
Yeah, that's always a good one.
We're kind of seeing the same thing. Board clear, board clear, board clear. I feel like elcapitaN just needs to get this Ysera down. He just needs to start getting cards. Now he plays Zephyrus, looking at next turn potentially.
Or Edwin.
Why not keep pushing?
It's an 8/8. It's not horrible.
No fear in AgentPWE then at all. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is another one of those, like, is this the time to maybe play the Bran? Is this the time you play the 2 rushers?
Nothing too great, it feels like.
Yeah, but I mean, you kind of need to kill the Edwin, right?
Yeah.
So Griffin and Faceless does work to kill the Edwin. Definitely see what you draw first. Oh, you draw nothing.
Nothing.
So that means that also the Zigzor was guaranteed last turn, of course. Still sneaky Hero Power in. Not great, but you know.
Just tap, why not? I think you do that anyway.
I mean, yeah, for the 0 drops. Hey, there's Thalnos. You could play Thalnos, and then you can
put it down top.
You could even
You're actually aggressing.
You can even, if you really wanted to, you could have played Thalnos and coiled your own Zephyrus for a card draw, but I think that's not necessary.
Okay, so the Bran obviously forced out here, and King Crush does what he does want to do. He crushes a minion. He wants to crush face.
Yeah, you don't like to see it, of course, as the Hunter player.
Now that 11 damage is astronomically higher. Woo. With another Taunter picked up. I feel like AgentPWE is definitely in the spot now. Oh yes, the Malagos! We didn't even see that!
That's the problem with, like, A, the slightly smaller hand on the top player, and B,
him playing
just a huge amount of cards.
This deck is terrible for top expectation. He had the Malagos the whole time.
That was crazy.
That was the biggest goose I've ever seen. And it's a 2-0 lead for AgentPWE. Picks up the win with the Warlock, and the pressure is on for elcapitaN. What do you do here? You know what you're facing.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
it's Highlander Galakrond row.
What do you think is best to defeat that?
Now,
Sponsored by beverage.
I would just go into this being like, hey, I'm gonna play the more consistent Galakrond rogue. Suck it.
Is it the more consistent Galakrond rogue?
It's on Highlander, so it's automatically more consistent. I mean, it's kind of how it works, right? That being said, I mean, there's definitely arguments made. You can also play Tempo Demon Hunter and say,
Oh, that's fine.
oh, he goes Hunter.
Why
Yeah.
not?
Could have gone Tempo Demon Hunter and been like, hey, I saw my Galakrond rogue lose to a Demon Hunter.
Might as well.
You know, like,
Yeah.
turnabout is fair play and all that. But, yeah, no, he goes with the Hunter again.
So that's the best matchup for him, which obviously these guys know their matchup. So with this one, it's probably an easy choice because you know what you're seeing. You want to play your highest win rate deck here.
If memory serves, Agent is not running the secret package, which, I mean, I guess makes sense if you're...
Yeah, he's running the stealth.
He's running the stealth package. I mean, I guess you could run both in a Highlander deck.
Mm.
But, yeah. You also got cards like Mana Saber, of course.
To specialize too much. Could weapon, could cat.
elcapitaN, of course, has a dragon on hand for... It's gonna have it for a long time with the Alexstrasza. It's gonna always have something for the breath. I think it's gonna be Explorer right now.
You would imagine so, yeah. You want to pick up more dragons here. Gather some value on hand, take it easy.
Ooh, how about Right-Wing, though?
Right?
Fey-Wing is the obvious thing to play next turn, but Right-Wing or Explorer are higher value cards. This has to go with the more natural curve and arguably the most reliable pick there.
Doesn't necessarily maybe want to play Dragon Bane next turn.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking as well, yeah. And yeah, I mean, we're looking at Fey-Wing next turn. You might have to have a turn. As a matter of fact, you might have to just play Breath next turn.
He might want to do that, yeah.
Yeah, Breath, the Shadowcaster.
And Hero Power actually get some damage in.
Yeah, Freezing Trap doesn't make that much sense with Spy Mistress, so maybe.
Yeah,
against Spy Mistress, I should say, so maybe
like
just Corrosive and Hero Power. Push 5 damage, that's good. Dude, remember Cobra Shot?
I know.
Cobra Shot was kind of like Corrosive Breath, but without the condition, like 3 mana more expensive or something.
Boy, that's bad. That's why no one played it. Mana Saber is a good card, by the way.
Mana Saber is a really good card.
Don't talk about it, it's a good card.
And it has Stealth, which is very helpful for...
I think you freeze here, though, and that makes a lot of sense. You could Saboteur.
I don't think Saboteur... I mean, yeah, you play it because you might as well on curve, but it's not that worthwhile, right?
At some point, it's gonna
Rogue
be more
doesn't rely on their hero power as much as other classes. You're not losing as much as if it was, say, Demon Hunter.
At some point down the line, it'll be...
Even a Warlock.
It'll be a 1 mana that he pays extra. I'll take it. But yeah, the Mana Saber more than likely to get Freezing Trapped unless he decides to sniff it out and not attack.
Yeah, but then again, how long do you want to not attack just to prevent that?
I'll do it with the cat next turn.
Yeah, fair.
You don't need that extra mana this turn, why attack? One evolve. It seems like he didn't attack. No, he kept it. Kind of feeling that it might be Freezing Traps, not trying to go with it. Dragon Bane possible here and get a cheapo in with the hero power, maybe kill that Mana Saber.
Yeah, I think that would have been a really solid play.
Hound's also possible.
Hound's possible, but quite honestly, I think it's more impactful if you just play the Dragon Bane right now.
I think so.
And I think that's what you want at this point. You might want to go maximum impact. You can go with the conservative play. At this point, I'm not too certain which deck wants to go slower by design, right?
Of course, this gives away that it is Freezing Trap the way that he played it here. So AgentPWE knows that pretty much for a fact now.
And Kron's picked up on 6.
He could just decide to draw his Galakrond now. Not that many invocations coming out yet. He needs some more, but might as well make the play. And Kronks you don't mind actually running into Freezing Trap if you're going for a value.
Right. That's actually a good point. Shadow stepping it, freezing trapping it. There's a bunch of fun things you can do with it. Yeah. And that might be what he does. Yeah.
I'm assuming he's gonna actually try and freezing trap it freezing trap that next turn.
I mean, knowing the what?
So yeah, Siamet is the
devastations.
Siamet's the correct play to take it out.
Yeah, I mean, Taunt Rush, I suppose. Sorry, Divine Shield Rush, yeah. Just keep a 6/6, kill the thing.
Ice Baron.
Baron.
Ice Baron down, no Lackey's down.
I was about to say, no Lack is on hand. Yeah, no Lackey Generation on hand either.
Just keeps putting stuff down. It's this tactical chess match there with the freezing trap right now.
Sapping a Siamon. It's interesting.
It's brave. But it's tempo, it's tempo play, not a value play. Explosive now also picked up, so this is interesting now. Because now you actually double fool him. You play your explosive trap, you test it with a small thing, and then still the freezing is up for the mana saver. If you want to, you don't have to.
Oh, and he makes sure that that the mummy would actually be permanently dead as well if he does it. Yeah, he's looking at a Face Stalker though to get that a little bit cheaper. Actually, how many secrets does he run? I'm not sure, but yeah, get a little bit cheaper with the secrets there, but plays the Face Stalker after, so I assume he doesn't have any other secrets in his deck. I don't know his exact list right offhand, but Zephyr's picked up. Secret Eater is an option. But no, is it Secret Eater? It's one of those.
It's SS7 Infiltrator.
SS7 Infiltrator only deals with one of them.
Yeah. Is there one that deals with all at the moment?
Isn't Secret Eater a classic part? I'm not even sure. I thought you could get
Eater of Secrets, right?
Eater of Secrets, whatever.
And the Worgen guy is definitely out. Chief Inspector, he's out.
Yeah, I mean, also not classic, so not Zephyrusable.
Alexstrasza instead.
And there's an Osdormoth, is that correct? Like the Calicos? Yeah.
Ooh. Those are some big cards.
Calic, yeah, discover a mage spell. Discover a spell, sorry.
Hey.
How do we feel about Shadow of Death in the Calicos?
The Alex.
Why the Alex?
Better stats.
I mean, they both have more or less the same stats, right?
They're balanced. Hate it.
But the Calic has the effect, right? It's a passive effect.
Did not put the Nosdormu down.
Yeah.
I'm slightly surprised by. Maybe he doesn't want to deal with the insanity himself. Now, of course, elcapitaN answers him with the exact same play, says no you, and just goes with Alex himself. Picks up the Rush, Divine Shield there, which is really, really strong. Of course, Waxodred is automatic. Might as well put him down. Does Zephyrus start winning games here? There's still an explosive trap up.
Side point about Zephyrus and winning games, of course, is that I'm not sure how smart Zephyrus is in that regard, but Pyroblast would cost 0.
Yes.
With the Calicos up, so that is insane. But yeah, I mean, not this turn, of course, but there's
This is the second time that AgentPWE has played a big blue goose, and he's profiting off of it.
Praises Galakrond for 0 mana. That's the one he chose to get for free. Was it a Cobalt? Yep.
Yes. A lot of 0-cost spells on hand, so might as well, right? And there's the explosive trap. He'll be okay with that at this point.
I'm just gonna say this brand wins, unless he can, unless he clears the.
Oh, Zephyr. Okay. Still gonna that. So he's actually gonna.
Oh, that lets lean. Yeah.
Make sure he puts this game to rest. Probably, because this is gonna be hard.
I was about to say you could have gone Zephyrus at the start of turn for mind control, but I guess in this case it's just strictly better.
It's not the draw. Go Siamad, Rush, Windfury, kill 2 things, and then play the Griffin maybe. But
yeah, you can kill everything but Natalie Celine if you do that.
No big pushes there. Let's go Divine Shield Rush.
So he keeps a Calic alive, which arguably is very dangerous, even in Rogue.
It is dangerous. Yeah, Shadow Step Zeph, or the Zeph will die, but it is dangerous for sure. And he also is already taking 12. So is there something that we're not seeing that wins? How's the Galakrond looking?
The Galakrond is not doing enough, but we have a Lackey and Ice Baron. The thing is free. The wand would be free, or the Xerox Crown, whatever he goes with.
Wonderful one for the F coming in.
Shadow Step.
Edwin is good. And faceless.
So nothing that like immediately wins.
But you can build a huge Edwin. And how do you not win the turn after?
Yeah, right. You just...
There seems to be a way for elcapitaN to come back from that.
Wait, so Shadow Step gives him another 2 damage if he wants it. Waxamancy could give him damage, but it's nothing guaranteed. Backstab doesn't go face.
Imagine if Backstab went face. God. Just strictly with an Arcane Shot. What the hell?
I mean, you would still have to be undamaged.
Yeah, but you played on one, why not?
I mean, there was the 5 damage version, 2 mana 5, deal 5 damage to unleash character.
That happened. Big Edwin, and this is going to be overwhelming here. And the big difference that we've seen here, once again, is as it's Highlander versus Highlander, is he who gets the Zephyrs, right? Because elcapitaN has some
he could still draw Zephyrs and get...
he does get the Zephyrs! He does get the Zephyrs. Unbelievable. But does it help him now?
I mean, it definitely helps him not guaranteed lose. I think I still like twisting another best here.
He's gonna remove it. Alright.
Because otherwise you're gonna be in the same situation you were just a second ago. Because you're not gonna clear that board any other way. You just play twisting. Except that you kill your own board as well.
Because Blizzard instead.
But that means he wants to win next turn.
He wants to push here apart, yeah.
Because if he doesn't win next turn, then that was a bad choice, right?
How's the Galakron looking? Still, we have to always keep that in mind.
The Galakron's still the same, but there is one more Invoke there, but he needs 2.
He needs 2.
But now, Waxamancy could give him something, I guess? But that's also, again, it's a bit of a stretch for sure.
By the way, there's still a Free-Nose Dormu on hand.
Yes.
You can play this at any time, and I feel like now is the goodest time as any to just drop it down, right? Because now you give your opponent only 15 seconds.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, maximize the pressure there. He's just doing some fun stuff. He's playing this super, super carefully, which I think is, I guess, is the right move for AgentPWE.
I mean, yeah, make sure you don't die. I think I would have still played Waxamancy at some point because...
He's protecting against everything.
Because why not, right? By the way, if you play Nose Dormer now, you get some extra time.
He does!
Because...
Yeah.
Wait, did they fix that?
I guess, I'm not sure. Rodness picked up, but that does nothing. And 15 seconds ticking fast has nothing to do for elcapitaN, so he resigns the game. And AgentPWE, the favorite in this match, and the favorite, or one of the favorites maybe to win the whole tournament, along with some bigger names as Pimpart, has defeated his first round opponent, elcapitaN, in a convincing fashion. 3-0 for the top 200 legend player, and he's made his mark. He's definitely scared his future opponent straight right away, and he's looking to do some damage in this one. So elcapitaN, thank you very much for showing up, and I'm sure we're going to see you back next time. Hope you stick around, and it was a good showing, but very, very tough against this lineup. It seems like a very balanced lineup for AgentPWE. He seems like he really knows what he's doing with the sort of edgier decks, if I can say that, like the Warlock, for example.
Yeah. That was definitely one that I didn't expect to do as well.
Sometimes be hard to deal with, so we're definitely expecting him to go far and have some good showings as we go on in this tournament. But for everyone out there, thank you for watching this video. Drop a like on it to support these competitors, and subscribe to our channel, join our Discord, and we're going to see you in the next one.
That's it.
That's it.